You need to ask this question before you create anything. And that question is, why are you creating what you're creating? Why are you making the thing that you're about to make? It's a simple question, but it's so pivotal and so important before you make anything. And it's one of the biggest things that changed and impacted the content I created as a creative director and a content developer for a growing young professionals organization, as well as a very rapidly growing church. The most important thing I asked before any video, photo, or graphic that I made was, what is the purpose behind what I'm about to create? One thing I found that's super easy for me personally, especially being a creative in the church, is that I end up creating the same thing over and over and over again. The church that I work for here, called Restoration, we do baptisms about every single week. And that's incredible. But the thing that ends up happening is very similar to what a lot of wedding photographers experience, and that is shooting the same photo over and over and over again. What I've had to do in those situations and in those circumstances is stop, pause, and think, what is the reason I'm creating what I'm creating? What's the why behind what I'm doing? And the why for me, especially when I'm capturing those photos of life change, is, I'm actually not just taking a picture of a baptism. I'm capturing an incredible moment of someone's life being changed forever. A lot of wedding photographers burn out because they're shooting the same thing over and over again. But when you step back and realize you need to show up like it's your first wedding because this is likely your client's first ever wedding, you start to shoot things differently. You start to see things differently, and you start to get more excited about the images you're about to capture. It's so easy to shoot the same image where it becomes super monotonous, and you actually miss out on capturing the essence and the joy of the thing which you originally intended to do. Before you pick up the camera, before you take that image, before you capture that video, before you make that graphic, ask yourself, what is the purpose of what I'm making? And when you understand the purpose of what you're making, you're able to create something different, something more valuable, and something that evokes more feeling and influence than what you would have developed otherwise. And so when you think about it from a different frame versus just taking the photo or making the graphic, you start to see the purpose and the power behind the thing which you're about to create. And when you start to see the why behind what you're creating, you stop monotonously creating the same way which you have in the past. Instead, you start thinking how you can create something unique to still capture the same purpose behind the image. If you're creative, whether you're in the church like I am, or you're just developing things freelance or even just for fun, I hope that you stop and you ask yourself before every image that you take, before every graphic which you develop, before every painting that you paint, ask yourself, what is the purpose of what I'm making? Because once you start with that purpose, it will change the way you create. I hope you enjoyed this video, so make sure you like it and subscribe if you're wanting to continue along with this journey and learning from the things that I've learned as a creative director and a content developer in the church. Love ya.